Hello, welcome to the... You got an error from Battle.net there. Okay, now they're still going ahead. This is the first game, Tasteless versus RedPanda, the grubby $10,000 Warcraft free streamer invitational tournament. I'm just going to do a quick introduction for those that might be seeing this for the first time on YouTube. We are basically going to be following these streamers. So... they've been spending the last 2 weeks playing Warcraft free, honing their skills. If you caught the last tournament, they're at a higher MMR rating, so you're going to see probably a few more tricks and skills. If you want information about how this tournament works, check out the video description. Basically, today, the 2 rounds of double elimination best of 1 is going to be between these players in this bracket, so I will provide the links as and when needed. And this is also a way to look at it. But if you want to go into those details, then feel free to please check the link in the video description. I will provide all of the links to Grubby's channel, everything that's involved with the tournament itself. So we're going to be watching Tasteless, who's from StarCraft, and RedPanda, who I'm actually not so familiar with, some of these players. So this is going to be kind of a fun little treat in a way to sort of be surprised by what these players can do after such a short time experience in Warcraft 3. Some of them may have spent some time in Warcraft 3 before in the past. Some of them may have never played Warcraft 3. But either way, they're not super experienced like, well, we may be. So it should be fun to see what's happening. Grubby's going to be casting this with Knoff, and I'm going to be basically watching alongside you guys, and if there's anything that happens in particular, I might talk over them or mute them briefly to give my opinions on what's going on. So I'll let them start talking in a moment. This is going to be more sort of chill, relaxed, so just enjoy, and there'll be more games. I'll be covering all the games, putting them onto the YouTube channel, so if you see them pop up, that's where they're going to be. Just one other thing, I won't be spoiling the semi-finals or the grand finals or anything close to that point. I won't be mentioning the players' names. I noticed that you guys, that was one of the criticisms you gave, so thank you for that. So I won't be mentioning that. But obviously the video will go out. And I'll try to time it with Grubby, especially on the final one. But he did say he doesn't have a problem with whenever I put these videos out. Even though, you know, I did suddenly realize when someone mentioned, I was like, oh no, I feel a bit guilty now for putting it out. But okay, let's get into the action here. We can see we've got Undead, Tasteless, Ghouls, Cryptlord, and RedPanda, Orc, Fast Tech. We're a relatively fast tech with Harass on the fast here.
Yeah, I think it was, it's very interesting. He was playing this build.
Almost a surround already.
Really close.
Oh, Mr. Sardis, thank you very much there for the gifted subs.
A lot of damage to the Cryptlord already though, but one ghoul is falling immediately here. Oh, a lot of stuff going on.
Nice attempt there on the wolf steal. He gets the double tap. Tasteless is running for his life with the Cryptlord.
Down to half health.
Very afraid not to take too much damage. A wolf was stolen there. RedPanda has 32 experience. Cryptlord already dropped pretty low. We do have Tasteless with the ritual dagger, which since the new
He's
patch
taking too
was
many
nerfed
chip
a bit.
damages.
Looks like Tasteless is gonna take
Too much chip damage.
I believe this was meant to be a fast expansion build, and he is currently adapting.
This is kind of what happens, unfortunately.
From,
I've done Cryptlord fast expand before, and I almost always lose it.
Cryptlord opening, right? But it's good that he's running on Blight, so he gets some extra regen here for the Cryptlord. So you try to keep in the base.
Farseer is doing his
being
job,
on
basically
Blight
just
gives
keeping
an
him busy.
undead 2 health regen per second, which is 8 times as much as the other races get.
Thank you again,
Other
Mr.
races
Sardis.
have a quarter health regen per second. So it is worth a lot of health, but at the same time, he keeps getting it. First kill here, going to Tasteless, where he gets one of the headhunters.
I'll move my webcam slightly.
A decent chunk of experience. Trying to give the runaround. This is a blocked path, so he's going to get locked in by the wolves. He could actually almost die here,
So you can
depending
see
on how he does
Grubby
things, but he
chat as
manages
well.
to unblock himself. Nearly Farseer going down as well at the same time. Looks like RedPanda was looking at those wolves a little bit too much.
Probably, yeah. Also, there's one acolyte chasing the wolf.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh, that
realized we're
Cryptlord just
sending
cannot get a
it back
break.
there. That was good. And you can
He
see
actually
that
might lose
Red
that if he doesn't
Panda
keep moving it.
actually is at tier 2 already, adding a Tauren Chief and a second hero. So it will be
Is he going to
interesting
trap
to
himself
see.
underneath?
what buildings he will
I'll keep
go
an eye on
for
that
here.
Crypt Lord if I were you. Unless the wolves
Both
run
of
out
the
now.
players
No,
have
he's
been
got out.
receiving some excellent coaching. I only had one session with each of them. Most of their coaching has come from other players in the scene. Tasteless's backing is a very interesting, unexpected angle. There used to be
He's playing
a
a hard
pro
mode
player.
with
I'm not
ghouls.
talking semi-pro. I'm talking about a legit, extremely good pro player from Europe, from Poland. His name is Go Terror. And he had been a big fan of... You remember him, right?
Yeah, Terror is a cool guy.
Yeah, cool guy, very
He was
skilled.
very strong.
Strong player for sure. Big fan of using ghouls. And Terror actually came out of the woodworks. He has 2 children by now. And, you know, a career and a wife or girlfriend and everything.
A wife and a
he's
girlfriend.
Not really playing anymore.
Blimey.
But he saw that Tasteless was playing. Big fan of Tasteless's work. And he offered his coaching. And he's been coaching him for weeks now. Tasteless has really developed his skill of surrounds and has been receiving strategy builds from Terror, such as
he's very busy.
Fast Expand, and maybe Crypt Lords All In.
He's been
Death
expanding,
Knight,
boys.
Ghoul Gargoyle play. So a lot of
He's a
different
fast
builds.
expander.
At the end of the day, Tasteless has a little bit less games gotten in because he has a number of different engagements that he had in real life as well. So he hasn't quite put in the grind of like 50 games a day.
Sorry.
But overall, he's been learning a lot. The game is hard, and he's finding his footing in it. He's receiving heavy pressure right now from RedPanda, who is already going to tier 3, Knopf.
Yeah, very interesting. We can see a Beastier here as a follow-up. So actually no totem, which is very normal against Crypt Lord opening. But I think what I've seen from RedPanda, he likes to go this Raider into Kudu with tier 3 and Shadowhunter as third hero, right? So probably doing that here as well.
Okay. I'm not sure if he knows, like, when is... I mean, there's so much to learn. RedPanda,
Of course.
I think when he started, he was just winning a lot of games just with this headhunter pressure.
He's like,
And he's been forced to kind of diversify more and understand the game a little bit more on a deeper level, and adding like a third hero and making sure that he has a future in the game when the first rush.
Okay, just going to briefly interrupt this. If you remember, I did like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. for those other players. I know I had one, and I'm going to find it for the players of this tournament. So I will catch that, I will find that, and I will bring it to you. And then we'll talk about it, because you might be wondering where I rank the players. And honestly, they're all so close, it could go anywhere. But I'll get back to you on that.
Needed it because he was always the attacker. And once they finally were able to start resisting, he hadn't built up the habit for reinforced defenses. So I was watching him earlier today against the Pala rifle. Guy shows up, kills 3 of his burrows.
That hurts.
Him and Lowko. I had a tournament.
So a lot of creeping here from RedPanda. What I like here is he actually used his advantage by creeping very aggressive.
He's
on the map.
creeping
So you
the
could see
second
here that
hero as well.
He actually crept the natural and now did a very good camp here,
Tiny
which
Great
is
Hall.
the mercenary camp.
That's
so he got
huge.
the wand of wind, right? Not
Yep.
the best item, but still a lot of XP. And also, it's Pocket Expo. Wow, he's using his advantage.
Yep.
Why not? Okay, so one of these players left the tournament. That's T90. I think that's this one over here. But I originally gave the Viper rank 1. RedPanda, who is playing as the Orc in this game, rank 2, and so forth. Lowko 3. Well, we may as well replace that with Tommy. Not Tommy, sorry. Although Tommy's doing really well in this tournament, actually. He's 7. And I've got him 7 here. And what was that one? T90. Yeah. Either way, just quickly showing you where they are again to give you an idea. They've definitely improved greatly. And the Viper actually is nearer the bottom in comparison. So he's all the way down here where you can see Lacari, Tommy, Turin, RedPanda, and Sing Sing have jumped ahead. I think Sing Sing looks like he's in it to sort of win it. And that's who we're going to expect to win. But anything can happen, basically. And like I say, it should be interesting to see where this goes. I think Tasteless is going to have the hardest time, obviously, as you can see from this game.
Yeah. And one Fiend shows up as well. Tasteless is up to 600 gold at this point.
This game is not going easy on him at all.
Get the kill on the Crypt Lord. He doesn't quite.
Oh, that was close. Okay, at least he's kind of close to tier 3.
So
but,
unless
yeah, he's
the
dropping
Viper
down
and
to
Lowko
tier
have
4
something
now,
up
and
their
he's running
sleeves,
for RedPanda.
they're
But he's
slipping
in a really
behind on
good
the
spot.
MMR, so I don't know if they're
But
going to
I
do
do
anything
notice
during the
he has
games.
some lumber
That's
problems,
suddenly going to be like,
actually.
oh, I've hidden
I
this
think he
strategy,
pulled,
I've
like,
never shown it on
pulled
stream, and I'm looking
5
really
kills
strong
from
now.
his main.
Because I
And
really
he's a
think
win maker.
Lowko's super
No,
good
I
at
think he
StarCraft,
really
and I've seen him in
won
other
because
games. He's
he
very
has three
focused
right
and
now.
skilled.
But they're
So I
they're
thought more of
harvesting
that
in
would
really far
transition into
spots,
Warcraft
but
3, but
funny
perhaps
thing
the
about
build orders and
RedPanda
stuff like
and
that, or the
TheViper, because
gameplay
they're
just
both
hasn't
coming from
gelled
Age of
enough for him.
Empires 4,
So I'm a
they
little
had a
surprised on
hit
that front.
where,
And the
I
same
know
for the
you played some
Viper.
Age
He's
of
like
Empires 2 as well, right?
super good at Age of
Yeah,
Empires 2. Obviously, it's
my
a very
first
different
game
game to
playing
Warcraft 3,
RTS.
but
It's really
I
cool.
was
So in that
expecting
game, if you're-
more,
if
but
you're
we'll
starting
see,
to
we'll see.
harvest the trees around your war mill, you actually build another war mill very, very close to it for efficiency. And both of them were doing that.
Correct. Yeah.
But they've since kicked the habit.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. If you're watching this, thank you for watching. And in YouTube, feel free to write a comment as to who you think the top 3 are going to be. So like I say, just check the video description for the link, and one of these will link you to this so you can actually see the players. And it'll be a fun little game before you really see any of the results or how the players are playing. Give your own top 3 of the players. So who do you think is going to be the top 3?
Edition to have the healing scroll, and also because he doesn't
I'll be
have
curious
any
to see what your thoughts
Shadowhunter,
are.
Orc kind of lacks healing, right? So it's very important to get most value out of the healing scrolls.
Yeah, exactly.
Orc do not.
Yeah, first
I mean,
TC, it's
yeah,
very
I
strong.
mean, they got healing
but
wave.
the
He doesn't have it,
major
though.
thing that's difficult for newer players in Warcraft 3 is managing that healing, because all of it comes from heal scroll and healing solve, without having, you know, Witch Doctor heal ward or Shadowhunter with healing wave.
Got a bit of regeneration on the trolls,
Is
maybe.
trying to search for Tasteless right now.
It's gonna walk in
And
around
he
the
actually
corner.
finds him. No TP for Tasteless. This could be
He's being caught with his pants
dangerous.
down.
Tasteless
Okay,
still has his
before this goal.
expansion starter kit right now.
Where's the
on
Lich?
Crit
It's in
Lord.
his
He's got that
base. He's
sacrificial
probably trying to
spell,
buy the Orb of Corruption
a
on it.
sign of hopes never realized, ambitions never come to fruition. He's
don't
gonna
think
run
he's
away
gonna
with that.
walk from
Doesn't
this
have the
too easily.
the space to buy a TP. He's getting hounded
The Raiders
mercilessly
probably
by
have
Red
2
Panda,
ensnares.
who's
They would
looking
use
to
it on the
close
statues.
net. There's an ensnare. Is there going to be a surround? An ensnare on the statue? Maybe it's going to be able to
Statue's
get a
the better
guaranteed kill.
target there.
I think Crypt Lord's going to be a hard sell.
Yeah, so one statue is falling here. In this situation, I like to.
He's got the Orb of
ensnare
Corruption,
those
though.
statues too. They have
It's
so
time to
much
turn the
value
game
behind
around.
it, right? So
Orb of Quam.
I think it's probably the best target.
Yeah, for sure. For those new to Warcraft 3, Obsidian Statue is a healer of both health and mana, giving healing and mana pulses to 6 units around the statue. So it is a great sustain that allows you to fight later on. But anyway, the fight is breaking out here. Big
Oh.
Shockwave kills the statue in the back. RedPanda going straight for the backline, ignoring the heroes. And there's not a lot of
If the Lich
units
goes
left
down,
for Tasteless.
the Orb of
Lich
Corruption's
drops
gone.
low.
Misses the
actually
Shockwave.
misses. He clicked on the slaughterhouse instead of on the Lich.
Hey, look at the slow. He's got the slow and the Tauren Chieftain. Ironically,
fight
that
going
ghoul
on
attacking
here.
his base was a good thing because it blocked the Tauren Chieftain from pathing
Here
through.
goes in deep
Did you
with
see
the
that?
chain
I don't know if
lightning.
he,
Gets
I don't think that's
on the Lich,
deliberate, but
by
it
now
worked
had
out.
been coiled. Red Panda's memory that the Lich was low was
That's
no
like a
longer
10 out of
true.
10 player that was
The ghoul
deliberate. Even I've not thought about
Attacking his
doing
own
that.
Black Citadel a little bit. A small little misclick with the attack move. Very common problem for
Yeah,
newer players. Nice
a
hold
lot
for
of
them.
gold in the bank here for.
Yeah, is that a
for
StarCraft
RedPanda.
move?
The expand has been paying off so well this game, like this early expo, and also with a shredder behind, so he has a really good and stable economy right now. So there's no stress for him to keep fighting. He's gonna go home, get more mana, healing up, not losing more units.
That's true. That's
I mean,
something
the-
you need to
the
remember
tick-
in
the bomb is
Warcraft
ticking
3.
for Tasteless here right now, so
It's very frustrating to
for
go
sure
against,
doing
but if
very
you're
good
ahead,
decision-making
you
right
don't
now.
have to have the fights. You can
Yeah.
just TP out a lot of the
in
time. You can do
in
tactical
the
TPs where you
coaching,
just
as
try to take 1 or 2
as you're
units,
teaching
barely
Warcraft
lose
3 to
anything
people
yourself,
and kind
get
of try to
back.
help
Your
people
opponent's
understand
behind.
how you
Tasteless hasn't
actually
got the
win
expansion.
games.
He
The
hasn't got a
base
town
level is
port.
very simple.
You get so
Simply
poor
destroy
if you
every
have
single
too many
building an
scuffles
opponent
where
has,
it
and
doesn't
the
go
game is
well
over.
for
You
you.
win. That's the
He doesn't have
actual
money
win
to buy town
condition.
portals most of the time.
But the
He's
route
got
to
one
that
now,
path-
but
the
sometimes
route to that goal
getting
actually
300
is
gold when
usually
you're
like
behind
8
is
or
like
10 different
it's
identifiable
asking
win
for the sun and the
conditions.
moon.
One of them having very strong heroes.
It's very
Another
romantic,
having an
but
expansion
not
and money.
realistic.
Another one could be having better units, or maybe having more units than the opponent, or having really good items, or really good upgrades. There's lots of different win conditions. The important thing when you're trying to carve out a victory for yourself is to pursue a win condition and make
I like the
work
ambition of
for
doing
you.
this, Creek Camp.
Well, and that's going to help you inform your decision making to kind of fit that. So RedPanda had a clear goal. He was going to expand by the 9-minute mark with a tiny Great Hall instant expansion from the tier 3 advantage. Tasteless's goal was to do a 3-minute expansion, but he didn't have the chops to actually get it. He had the beetles, he had the skeletons and the ghouls, and he nearly got that surround on Farseer. How different the game might have looked if he got the surround there. That would have given him a breathing room, loss of TP on the Farseer, and then he would actually be able to show his real plan. But now, he was unable to actually get there.
He doesn't have a
And I think
Dreadlord, so he
also
doesn't have a
The biggest
plan.
part is actually if you do a move like that. Imagine that Tasteless gets this round off. I think it's more a mental thing than actually what happens in the game, because then you get a bit nervous, like, oh shit, what is he doing? Is he this good? And then you kind of, you start to get thoughts that you're not prepared for. So I think if that happened, it would
You
have been
thought of
looking
that?
very different for sure.
That was my plan.
I think you're so right. Knof, you remember those ladder games, right? You're playing against someone you don't really know, and you go in, and he instantly lands the perfect surround.
That's annoying.
Okay, this guy means business. Like, this is not some screw.
Yeah.
Tasteless. Is he going to have to TP
Try
from this
already.
one?
Okay, big fight coming again here.
No.
4
Repositioning.
kudos. Wow.
That's a lot.
Kodos could eat Tasteless' entire army,
Eat
by the
this
way.
whole army.
John. That's
4
one.
Kodos for 4 things there.
He eat the beetle, by the way.
You hate a beetle? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's eating everything.
Wow.
Oh
Oh,
my
great
God.
heal on Shadow. Oh, such a good performance here. 78 supply orc army
Wow.
coming to the under base.
He's using items as well. He's using the Wand of Cyclone that he put on the Shadow Hunter.
Oh, wow.
It's very difficult for people in an 80 population army to remember what item
I think
every hero
Tasteless is
has,
probably
but
just
Red
grateful
Panda
this
shows
game
a
is
really
over
good
with
level
the
of
first
mastery
one.
here. He's gonna go in for the Death Knight.
Because it went on
gets
longer
him.
than I thought it would do. Especially when he's that
What
far
a
behind.
performance in the first
GG.
game here. Wow.
Yeah.
Felt like it was over pretty early. Still
Oh,
came
yes.
to the 17-minute mark, which is already 1 point against the expectation of Red Panda's coach. Red Panda's coach was Francis, and he said it should be 2 quick 10-minute games. I heard in the pre-game preparation.
It looked like it was going to be about
Really?
10 minutes
Yeah,
of
it
that.
should be 2 10-minute games, which not only shows
That's
that
very confident.
it is, but that's his coach. That's not Red Panda trash talking, by the way.
Yeah.
And-
No, I understood.
Also, it's 3 games, right? At minimum, because it's a best of 5. So we're at a 1-0 now. You know, some of these streamers, Knof, they don't even study the format. Like Sing Sing, I heard him yesterday. He's like, "Is it best of 3? Oh, it's best of 5? Really?" It's like,
Oh, wow.
they don't even study the
Yeah.
format.
That was funny because I was talking to TheViper like in the start of this week, and he also had no clue about what map were in the map pool. I was like, okay, well, let's screw that then. We focus on something else.
He didn't know the maps in the pool.
No.
Wow. So did you help him with vetoes, or is he just gonna run?
I'm not sure how much it will affect. Like, they have been playing all maps anyway. I'm not sure if any... Did they actually veto maps when they have been laddering, or did they play every map? I haven't been watching that closely, so I
Sure.
don't know.
I recommend it to all the players, and I think many decided it by themselves as well. That they can look at the tournament map pool and then veto everything that's not in. But that leaves 8.
I think it's kind of funny, really. I'm not sure the players are really going to have that much of an opinion on the maps, per se. It's just like, whatever. Just get rid of the snow one and the one that's brown, you know? I don't think they're going to think about it that much.
True. Just meet everyone. Tasteless is on a quick call with Terror, his coach.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Do we know second map already?
So it's going to be loser's pick.
Also, I'm just going to point in, I think Tasteless, he's at 1,000 MMR, which is significantly lower than the other players in this tournament at the moment. He could still obviously raise that. Still playing pretty solid from what I saw there, generally speaking. But obviously, RedPanda, it looks like he's way more in control. So playing ghouls is a lot harder than playing Farseer Headhunters. So you've got the player with the lower MMR playing essentially the harder build. So if he's going to keep going ghouls, I guess maybe that's what he's trained with. But I'm not expecting things to go well for him because things can go very quickly wrong with ghouls. Have you ever seen me play with ghouls? Yeah, they go down to like 1 health within like milliseconds. You have to keep an eye on them all the time when the creeps are attacking them and stuff like that. Constantly sending them back to your base. So I'm hoping the best for him, but I think ghouls are they're technically the smarter play. If you're good with undead and you know exactly what you're doing with undead, you can do things quicker with ghouls. You get lumber with ghouls. It allows you to tech faster with ghouls.
Happy to see you're an official commentator for the
you,
tournament again. Can you share the link that compares
yes.
MMR between the contestants?
Yes. I'll link that. Like I say, check it out, the video description below. So yeah, you got Tasteless here 1,000 at the moment versus RedPanda, who's 1568 here at this point. And Tasteless has got a lot less games. He's got 69 to 44 versus 144 to 84. So I think we're going to have a hard time for Tasteless, especially, like I say, the ghouls just, it's not an easy build to play. They're so fragile. You got to really babysit them a lot. And I'm not saying Tasteless can't do it, but I'm just saying if you're going up against people that are like 600 MMR or something, it's like if I was going up against another undead player who had like 600 plus MMR on top of me and I'm playing ghouls, I'm probably going to have a hard time.
And it's very hard to stop.
Yeah. It's strong. I played against Bizarre. And Bizarre.
Yeah.
I scouted him with Acolyte. I saw he's going for Blade Master with Shop and nothing else. So I thought, okay, you're doing the Windwalk Wyvern build, Northern Isles.
Yeah.
So I figured, hey, I guess you have no scouts on the map because you're just gonna run over to where you think I am. I took my Crypt Lord with ghouls instead of expanding. I run to the red spot, the Magnetar. And I just find like sheep everywhere on the map, and I show up to his base with like 12 units. It's like 4 ghouls and 8 summons, and you just start surrounding burrows, and it's like instant game win. And the funny thing is, this is the meta opener
annoying.
for Orc. Like, and there's literally nothing they can do against it, even if you're Lin.
Yeah, that's.
I think he was talking, at least from what I understood, caught a bit of that. If you're attacking into a base, like say for example an Orc base, you can actually utilize your units if you have Footman Ghouls to block where the peons are going to come from to repair. So, for argument's sake, if I give you a quick little demonstration with the amazing paint, if you say that's a burrow, for argument's sake, and you got peons over here, here, and here, and you're attacking this burrow, rather than you attack it from here, you actually want to send your units in like that. So your footmen are here, 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 and here. And maybe you got like a water elemental in the corner. So what that means is when these peons come in to repair, they've actually got to run all the way to the opposite side, and they move slowly to try to get into position. And then you can block them a little bit more by moving the water elemental down when the peons are trying to walk down, for example. Or a footman. So that's a little trick you can do when you're going to take down burrows. It'll actually make your life a lot easier if you actually pay attention to what the peons are doing. Not so much just the burrow itself. Think like a little bit like chess. You think a little bit ahead where what's going to stop you from killing the burrow? The peons repairing it. So what's going to do damage to you? The peons getting in the burrow. So if you make it harder for the peons to get in the burrow, whether you've got ghouls or footmen, etc., you're going to make it a lot easier for yourself.
Back and assume you're both going to be playing the same thing, right? You need to know what it's going to be so you can fully prepare for it. Because an all-in needs to be prepared with all-in.
Second game,
well.
Here we go.
For sure. Game 2.
Is Francis actually from Poland? I thought he's German. Oh, he's Austrian.
Oh, yeah, but he's living in Germany, right?
I don't know about that. He's from Austria. I see.
They're still doing their tournament at the moment,
cool.
Back to Warcraft, I think. They'll probably catch up on this in a bit.
And RedPanda, they're actually part of a really big streaming team, but because they stream in German, a lot of the viewers of this event aren't going to have seen the players.
Soul 8 Man's covering this tournament as
they're not
well.
going to have seen RedPanda as
I'd recommend checking out Soul Apeman's Twitch channel. He's very enthusiastic and positive about Warcraft 3. So overall, a good guy. So good, man.
Yes, Panda is looking strong here, but
Has a very thick accent, but you can get over it because he gets his points across quite often. He's actually, I think, watching the games for the Observer. I tried to do that last time during the tournament, and honestly, I couldn't even find the games properly on the War 3 Champions thing. So I think it's a lot easier, and thankfully Grubby doesn't mind me just basically stream sniping Grubby here, and then we can get his opinions, etc. And I'll pop in my thoughts as we go.
Stream or replay, and he said none of them. He just opened the game and let the game's logic unfold itself for him. So he just started trying things and seeing how it makes sense over and over and over against AI by himself.
Wow, that's very impressive. Like exploring his own way.
Yeah, like he understands like, okay, altar should be first because it gives you a hero. Then how does the money flow for it to make sense for me to make a war mill and a barracks and a burrow, and you know, how does it make sense? And he just tinkered with that, and he found it a lot of fun. And then it got very close to top meta.
I don't even think about that stuff. Who's got time for that?
Yeah. I mean, by now, maybe he has sharpened things up, you know? But even then, it was looking really clean already. And that's like on one of his first days. So that's the kind of guy he is. Really good to see.
Very impressive. Looks like very similar opening here from the first game. Fartier into Headhunters. And we do have Crypt Lord from Tasteless again. So let's see what his plan will be the first minutes here.
Yeah, so the build that Tasteless has learned is very effective at his MMR because the amount of hero harass is going to be relatively limited, especially if you're playing against like a human player. As far as I know, Tasteless's win rate is by far the highest against human. I think last time I checked, he had 82% win rate against human because humans never do level 1 hero.
Farsi is here already.
So
wow.
Early
I think you've got to commit.
His second best matchup is
Ignore the Farsi and make sure you get the last hits. Get those creeps out because they're doing damage to you the whole time. It sucks when he's attacking you, but you have to get it. You have to commit. Go, go, go. And... Oh, you got it. The Crypt Lord got it.
Very close last hit there.
Watch out for the Farsi. Oh, no, no, no. Crypt Lord gets all of it. That's good.
Does he dare to take it? No, he doesn't because of the near surround in game 1. He doesn't dare to take the item.
He wants to surround the wolf, but that's too much work. Plus, he can just summon a new wolf in a moment.
On the wolf as well, but that's a good item for a Crypt Lord.
Yep,
that's a better start. That's a better
HP
start.
And also adding free damage.
He just needs to crack on. The Farseer is basically buying time here.
Doesn't say how much. It's probably something like 0.1, 0.2.
Oh, yeah.
The Farseer doesn't want you to creep. It sucks to creep whilst you've got a ranged hero that can get the last hits potentially. That sucks, I agree. But he's going to just hang around whether you run away from him or whether you creep. And if you're not creeping, you're not getting anything from this because he's teching up. So you have to keep busy.
2 ghouls falling here.
The 2 Headhunters makes it harder though now.
Yeah, it looks like Tasteless. He's still on tier 1.
He's not going to get this expansion.
He has 1 extra acolyte, so
he has to bring all the ghouls.
To try to
just bring them all. Get it done.
But it looks very difficult.
Farsi's still got half his mana.
So well.
These situations as undead is generally you put all your units on Headhunters spread around. You got to bring in new ghoul and reinforcements from home as well. Got to keep making ghouls so that you keep up the arms race of production. And Tasteless once again changes his mind, goes for attack. I mean, at this point, surely he goes back into the coaching corner with Terror next game. They can just assume it's going to happen, that he's not going to be able to expand under such heavy duress as what Terror is propagating against him.
I think Terror definitely should have just taught him how to do a Crypt Fiend build. He might still lose, but at least he's got more of a comfortable play style with Crypt Fiend with the ranged attack move, pull back, micro.
And we do see Tower Chieftain.
Ghouls is the wrong choice.
Actually, not straight to tier 3 this time. It's making even more Headhunters.
Okay. Yeah, because if he cancels that Headhunter, he could go already. Maybe there's like an ideal Headhunter count that he gravitates towards. He currently has 5. He's going to a 6th.
Yeah, he's finally teched up. He's just like,
the ghoul
screw it.
Oh my god, this is a really big creep count for Tasteless to be
this
doing.
is very... Yeah, it's
juicy.
difficult.
It's gonna be fine so long as the ghoul doesn't show where he is. Maybe he's smart enough to keep that ghoul moving to let RedPanda believe he's actually in the top right.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Is this a misclick or a 5-head? I don't know, actually. No, he's showing where he wants. Oh, he realizes he doesn't want to reveal where he is.
Yeah, nicely done. What item do we have here?
Potion of Greater
see
Mana.
it.
Greater mana pot.
Oh, wow. That's great. Probably one of the best for Criplord, right?
Yeah. I mean, what else would you want? You could maybe argue Scroll of the Beast tier 2 timing attack against Burrows could be real nice,
I
but
don't
this
like
has
Scroll of
to
the
be
Beast that
this.
It's one of mana stealing, too.
The
Pretty
Greater
good,
Healing
but yeah,
Potion
not
or
compared to
Mana.
big mana,
Mana's
for
the
sure.
best one.
Especially the ease of use, right?
Unless
A lot of
you're in
new
trouble and you need the
players-
help.
Even us pros back in the day, we had kind of a bias towards Wand of Mana Steal as an item you sell, which is really freaking stupid, by the way. Because we all know how good Siphon and Mana Burn is. And Wand of Mana Steal is literally 2 mana burns. And steals.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't it be good? But yeah, I've seen people in the pro days, there were pros, they would sell Wand of Mana Steal and then buy a Mana
He's
Burn.
going to get this Crypt Lord
Which
to
is
level
just
3.
stupid.
Level 2
Wow.
Beetles.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. Do you remember other items we used to sell, like Ring of Regeneration?
Look at the
For
gold
some
Tasteless
reason, people
has.
would sell it.
Oh, he's just suddenly
Very
blue for about
fatality.
700,
Is it very
800 gold
dangerous
there.
creeping here from Tasteless?
Oh!
No.
Okay. DK is on the way, though.
I said
This is very
he's going to get
dangerous.
level 3.
Run!
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, he backs off now.
Jeez,
there's
chain
There's
lightning.
a chain lightning.
One
Yeah.
auto, chain,
No.
auto. He's dead.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh!
Chain, he's dead!
Damn it.
Oh no!
I think Tasteless just said, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, this
You can see like the
is rough.
His
Yeah,
mouth
so it's the
moving
same
in
thing.
the webcam.
History and almost tier 3, like 60% done. And now he's stealing good creeps here as well from Tasteless.
It's interesting he goes Turin Chieftain
Yeah,
second.
exactly. If you are
Is that the
ahead,
meta?
you want
Because
to
I always
make
just go
the
Shadow
enemy side
Hunter
of the map
second.
The
And then maybe
defense
Turin
of
Chieftain
resources.
third.
And creeps are big resources. He's gonna
But I
actually
might be doing
finish
it the wrong way
easily
round.
The Taskmaster that should have gone to the Crypt Lord.
See, he
Had
knows the
just
meta
brought
better
some
than I
ghouls.
do.
It drops a replenishment potion that would have been very useful for the. Wait, did it drop a replenishment? No, it was claws +5. I think it dropped.
It's more aggressive for sure. Not having the
Scroll
healing
of the
support,
Beast
but
was
also
found
having like the
earlier as
damage
well.
and movement
Can
to
be
get around
really
the map.
Nice addition
It makes
if
sense.
Undead doesn't have any dispel rights.
Yes.
The extra 25% bonus damage. Such a big deal for headhunters.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 2 attack upgrades. It's better than 2 attack upgrades.
It's actually, it is. That's true. I didn't think about it in that way.
Yeah,
But yeah, that
me
makes
too.
sense.
I never thought about it when I was proing because I guess I just played a lot by intuition as well. We all did. But recently with like Twitch and YouTube being part of the scene, which pretty much blew up after Warcraft 3 had its heyday until 2010, came together with StarCraft 2 in 2011. As you start to teach the game and you study the numbers, you realize, oh my god, we knew Scroll of the Beast is good. Of course, we
The
knew.
Farseer
But it's
blocks
better
almost.
than 2 attack upgrades. And
Kodo's
it
not
applies
gonna
to
eat.
Kodo and heroes and summons, so
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
it's so insane.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it actually has 2 claws on the Forcer there. A lot
Tier
of
3.
extra bonus damage on the right clicks for him. That's pretty nice.
Cryptlord takes
If he
66
loses that
seconds
altar.
to revive, so I'm pretty sure Tasteless forgot to remake
It probably
his
is going to
hero
come
for some
out
time
even
because
with
it
this
should've been
attack
out
and no
already.
repair, but still.
It's just gonna get it
He's
out
not
in
even
time,
repairing.
Yeah.
Oh,
He knows, he
Close.
calculated it.
Is there going to be Scroll the Beast?
probably, yeah.
Oh,
Perfect time to use it.
He's not thinking about it right now. He's only got eyes for that Death Knight. Tasteless trying to run away with the Death Knight, remaking the altar because he knows he needs
There
to
it
lose.
is.
Oh, there
There's
we
the
go.
Scroll the Beast.
I mean, Tasteless
Mr.
just
Forcer,
can't
though.
handle this one.
Coil on the skeleton. We see some coil misclicks sometimes from Tasteless in his practice. He goes back
Death
in with
Knight.
the Death Knight. He's getting targeted by
Death
that huge
Knight's-
Farseer. Shockwave and auto attack. He goes down.
At the
Red
same
Panda
time,
still has invulnerability on his
the
target. He's
projectiles
gonna be able
land.
to use it. This
So
time,
much damage.
looks like it's going to be very close to that 10-minute mark. GG, Tasteless down 0-2. Red Panda takes the 2-0
GG.
lead.
So I was just going to say, what you saw there was the Death Knight keeps popping in there, right? Aggressively. I don't think Undead is the hardest race. I think if you go pure Fiends, one of the hardest things for new players when playing Undead is to keep their Death Knight back. He's pretty tanky. He can take a hit. He's fast, but I think they hotkey him so that he always runs in at the same time with the army. So whenever they want the army to attack a unit, they're moving the Death Knight. If you watch me play, whenever I do it, if I'm paying attention, I will be very, very stop, start, hold position on a Death Knight, pull back, attack, pull back Death Knight specifically, and then pull Death Knight back in. I'll be basically dancing him around in the fight because you do not want that guy taking any chip damage that you don't want him to take or that's not beneficial to you. So if it's beneficial for you and he's the only thing that can tank, then let him get down to half health, for example, better than your fiends getting killed, etc. But you got to take into account that guy he's vital, and you do see it where players just run in and they auto attack, and because he's melee, he's going to run in first. He's just going to charge in, and it just puts him in such a vulnerable position. He takes all those headhunter hits. It's kind of painful to watch a little bit, but yeah, it's hard for newer players to get used to keeping their Death Knight back. I will like Turin. He freestyles like me. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite excited to see what the other players are going to be like, what they're going to do, to be honest. Because I haven't really been following this. I don't watch their streams as they're playing it. So I haven't coached any of the players. So I haven't really got any skin in the game in that regard. I'm just like going to see what's going to happen, how they're going to play, how they're going to behave, and just hopefully be surprised.
Like in competition or in bigger tournaments, I was like, oh, this is tournament. I should do something different. But that's nothing I have been practicing. So then I lose instead of fall. Like, maybe it's a better idea to actually play something that I have been playing hours after hours.
The cynical part of me, if I'm being realistic here as well, is maybe Tasteless is forward planning. What time is it for him at the moment? Because maybe it's more beneficial for him to get his games done now so he can unfortunately lose and then just go to bed. Basically, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, rather than him having to like hang around the whole time to then play at the end and then still lose. So what time is it in Korea? No, I'm being realistic. I mean, if I was being I'm a practical, pragmatic man. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that, but that is a practical thing. It is a benefit. Why would you want to? It would be like if I knew I was going to lose, why would I want to stay up until like 12 or 1 a.m. to play my games and then lose? I may as well do it earlier so I can go to bed at 10 or 11, whatever. I normally go to bed at midnight, but whatever time, you know what I mean?
Tasteless, he's just sticking to what he knows. He knows maybe he's outgunned, sure. But at least, however you win or lose, it's going to be to your true form.
Yep. And also RedPanda is probably, as you mentioned earlier, one of the favorites.
Just going to say from that angle, Sing Sing looks like he's got very slappable cheeks. You could get a good slap on that cheek. Get a good chunk of your hand on that.
Bottom 3 or bottom 4 MMR bracket. And then over the last few days...
It's just an observation.
20 games a day, winning
just
about
an observation.
65%. So he really ramped up
You're
his
picturing
practice,
doing it now, aren't you? I'm not encouraging violence. Yeah. It's not that.
And he looks very confident and secure, like, about this build. He seems he knows the timings very well, and not many mistakes, and that's a big part as well.
Yeah, true.
Keep your kinks to yourself. I mean, you're looking at it as a kink. I'm just saying. It just
right now we have Tasteless in the coaching corner with Terror again. Of course, don't know exactly what is going to be happening there, but I would recommend not expanding. Whatever he does, just don't try to expand, since that was like already failed twice.
I wonder if a more standard build with Cryptlord into Fiends, maybe DK, trying...
I'd honestly feel pretty awkward if I was one of these streamers right now who's just got their webcam up like that. Poor guys. They're just being exposed.
Yeah. Would be really cool to see, though, if he did something different here and taking one map out of RedPanda.
Yes. Do you remember in the first Invitational, Sun Glitters against Geronimo?
I'm not sure which.
Sun Glitters was at 400 MMR. Geronimo was at 950. So more than double. And then the last night before the event, she asked, like, Grubby, do you have any cheeses? and I coach. I coach all the players. So
Yeah.
share cheese. She's practicing it all the time off stream secretly. Runs double barracks tier 1, nearly beats him twice, and it was a best of 3. Like
What?
it should be
I think I
impossible.
missed that part. Yeah,
but
that's
she did it.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Tasteless is getting a severe talking to from Terra.
We have 3 maps left. Last Refuge was vetoed by RedPanda. Tasteless wanted to pick it.
It's
but
quite
it was already
brave
vetoed.
doing
We have
best of
Northern
5.
Isles, Springtime, and Tidehunters.
Because it could go on quite a long time,
So
potentially.
Tasteless and Coach are conferring it's going to be
For the first games.
Springtime.
Let's go.
Normally
Did
it's
you know
best of
made
3.
by Save Orcas, the American maths professor?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I had no idea.
D-Source trying to get me in trouble.
That's pretty sick, because this map is really balanced.
Yeah, and it has
I
this...
think it favors Orc a bit, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you like
You
about
don't have
it?
the priest with... it's no...
No abolish, thank God.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So I think that's really big, like, for us.
I'm just
And
grateful
also I like
Grubby started the
there are
tournament at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Give or take. It's basically 2:30 it really kicked off, but I was wondering about that. Because, like... sometimes these games can go on a little longer than they need to.
Feature
we'll
of
see.
not having creeps defending it.
Yeah. It's very rare. I see Expo there, though, but it happened.
Who do I personally think will win? Well, originally, going back 2 or 3 weeks, I thought it was going to be TheViper or Lowko. But at the moment, hard to say. I haven't seen any of these players, so I guess I can give my opinion more accurately as they go through. I have seen a clip of Sing Sing doing some really nice micro-style play, which gives me hope that he's got, obviously, the skill from micro, plus his learning and build orders are good. Although RedPanda's doing very well there, so he seems like he's completely in control too. So it does kind of look like, at the moment, from the very little I know, it could be now Sing Sing versus RedPanda in the final. But we haven't really seen enough of the other players. I haven't seen Tommy play. Apparently he's actually a lot better than I originally thought he might be, because he's from a game like Hearts of Iron 3, which I don't really know, but I thought it's like a 4X game or something, so I didn't think it's going to transition very well into Warcraft 3. So yeah, I'm like I say, I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I'm looking to be surprised a little bit here, and that is so far kind of what's happening. You think Tommy will beat RedPanda? RedPanda got a lot of live coaching, and his MMR skyrocketed. His MMR did go up quite a bit in the last few days. Yeah, he was on about 1200ish, wasn't he? And then he's like up to 1500, got to second. So Lowko's pretty good in StarCraft. He's very good. I think Lowko's very skilled if he wants to be. But it's easy to be really good at one game, and in another game it just doesn't click for you. And I'm not sure if Warcraft 3 is not clicking for him or what, but we'll find out when we see his games.
From chat, from Kif, why don't they add like the Naga race and etc.?
Tyler 1 will be the final
Let's
boss.
add Naga
That'd be fun.
and goblins.
He's got better.
And demons.
Wow.
It would be quite cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Do you think it's going to be Crypt Lord first?
That's true. But
Like, imagine one race being added, how much you have to change. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. But that's my first thought.
Just do it well. Age of Empires 2 is
He does the
adding
same
heroes
build. I
soon,
noticed that the burrow on the corner
true.
there.
And that's actually perfect example. How many different civilizations do you have in Age of Empires? And the
A
game
lot.
is super balanced. Anyway, I guess.
Of course,
I'm not a pro, but...
in there you are like by design, by tournament design.
Age of Empires, most of the units are kind of the same, apart from a very few specific racial units. That's why the balance is so good in that. It's really fun, actually, to play Age of Empires. Would recommend.
Some bigger changes.
Imagine
being
if
made.
Blizzard actually drops like an announcement that they're adding another race. It would be so sick.
Everyone would switch to that race.
Yeah. Like the Naga with the flying Quattles and the Royal Guards and the Myrmidons. People would go crazy.
Sure.
I'm sure nobody
Yeah.
would complain about balance either.
That's true.
Did he say
It's
Quaffle?
Corsair.
Does he mean
It's very
Carl?
Similar here from
quarrels.
From RedPanda, but I mean, it makes sense. He has been playing 2 very good games so far with his strategy. Also
He gets
seems
his
to be
lumber
working very
mill,
well.
war mill quite late,
So,
actually.
I guess it's
He's already got 4
I mean,
peons on wood there.
not too many different changes in his build there. And Crypt Lord again from Tasteless.
Yep.
What do you think he will follow up with here? Is he gonna expand again, or
He's gonna
will
just stick to what he
do something
knows. It's what he's
different?
practiced.
I don't know what Terror has whispered to him.
Hopefully he
Here's
gets
what
a
I
much
would
better
whisper
run
to
of it
him.
this
I would
time.
say, take your Crypt
If he
Lord
can
and your
just get
ghouls
his
and
expansion up.
immediately leave your base. You have Nerubian.
If you don't
You're
have an
fine.
expansion
Go to the
with the
corner
Crypt
of
Lord,
the map, summon a bunch of things, and go to his base and start killing burrows. That's what I would teach him. But everyone has a different idea about how the game can be played. I believe if his Crypt Lord is here, roughly here, tries to creep, and Farseer shows up, he's just gonna get out microed. So that's what I would teach him.
Yeah.
sells the
Fun
town portal and
actually to do
everything,
one
so
of
it's
these
all in.
events
Let's
as
go.
a bespoke coach, and be like
Farseer almost
what
already
you
there.
have been for Tyler before and for Viper,
Yeah.
Terror for Tasteless, and then like
Oof, Farseer
coach.
already there. I wonder if he started creeping
we
with the
have
ghouls like
some
10
creeping
seconds
here.
earlier. This will be more
So
cleaned
looks
up,
like no
ready to be finished
expo
off, so the
attempt
Crypt Lord
far.
can just
No
finish the
extra
creeps.
acolyte has been made.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let me know the volume is
But
okay.
he's lacking lumber though. Maybe he miscalculated that because he can't go up in
He's getting distracted.
to tier
Crypt
2,
Lord,
right?
this is one of the
Dropped
worst ones.
so low on this Crypt Lord
Yeah.
so early again. He also has full mana, by the way, which means he could have just started with Impale. That's another nice way to punish a Farseer, and it's actually something Orc is supposed to look out for. You come in with Farseer,
true.
and you see a Crypt Lord with full mana and 0 beetles. That means he hasn't picked ability
think about
or
it.
has Impale.
Good
Now you see
insight.
beetles, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, I'm fine. But Impale
I'm fine,
surrounds surprise can be a great way to punish this kind of predictable harass.
Good pullback on the ghoul.
That's a good point.
And I know Tasteless could land that surround with that stun, which is it's a shame they're not leaning into that, because I don't think this is gonna work. His Crypt Lord is already too low. He's not using the dagger. He could just use dagger on skeleton and then shadow melt, and then send his ghouls away for a bit, leave the Crypt Lord standing there, wait till he has half life again. Oh, he tried to make a ziggurat while the creeps are still there, and he lost it instantly. And his acolyte.
no.
I don't think this Crypt Lord build is working. I don't
Or
think it's
Tasteless.
working.
Yeah,
But
true.
this Farseer is dropping low too.
He's learning
He has a ghoul
though.
there
He's learning
attacking.
all the things that
He
can go
often
wrong with
pulls
it.
back his ghouls while they're chasing for a bit, instead of letting them keep going. Is he gonna just tech again? He's got the money for it. He's not making ghouls right now. He's gonna pull back. Yeah, the problem is this isn't leading anywhere. Remember those win conditions chat told you about? You either tech or you expand or you get good hero levels or good creeping, and Tasteless is getting none of it. Whereas RedPanda is already at tier 2 with hero coming out. We've got Tasteless at tier 1. He does have a new acolyte once again. He's
I'm
targeting
surprised
the wrong
RedPanda's
creep
not
first. You're
taking the
supposed to
opportunity
take
to
theater,
try
then DPS, then tank.
something new
He's
like
going straight
Blade
for the
Master
tank.
or a neutral hero. If he's
No, he's
dying.
attacking his own.
Oh, you killed his own Crypt Lord with his ghouls.
Oh, big misclick. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
oh dear.
Yeah. That feels bad. Like, I know he can so much better than this, so that was just unlucky. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Mental pressure.
Yeah.
I
heard
don't
him
know how
say
you can
before this
recover
match,
from that.
about
At
an
least
hour
he
ago,
denied the
he doesn't
experience.
mind if he wins or loses. He knows it's gonna be tough. He just
Yeah,
hopes that he can play well and not choke or anything. He said it's not his first rodeo, but I feel like it still got to him. Not just that, but it's RedPanda's pressure that was built up over the last few
RedPanda was
games
a
as well.
hard player for him to go up
course.
against because he's way further ahead on the MMR. I mean, they all kind of are, but
We
still.
have some pressure at the expo here. Level up from Forcer.
Red Panda doesn't know because the Crypt
Plan
Lord's back.
here.
He's like, oh,
I think he's probably
Nothing
gonna
happened.
continue to pressure here. TC addition with Aura
RedPanda
first.
is also attacking his own units. TC
Oh,
got a
yeah, he
good
was.
good couple of swings on the RedPanda's. I mean, RedPanda got a good couple of swings on his own headhunter there.
obviously I'm doing things wrong. I should be hitting my own units more. I'm not doing
The Rubian
A
Tower
lot of damage coming here.
is
I'm out of
finished
touch.
now. It's gonna help a lot. You get
That's
The
tagged
meta's
by
really
that,
changed a
and,
lot.
Can't really push into that too happily.
Level
Oh,
2.
this is good. Now he gets level up here. Sadly, has no mana for Impale though, and 2 little units to follow up. Like the XP is actually coming up. If we just had a little bit more supply for Tasteless, this wouldn't be that bad, I think.
Yep.
Has he got any ghouls he can bring?
Would have helped if he didn't kill his own Crypt Lord, and if he healed and then Shadow Melded for a bit.
You say
and
it's
then the Ziggurat
over,
production while the camp
but
was still alive
unironically,
while he
this
was
is
chasing
actually a better
couple of small
position
changes,
than he's been in
then
his
you can
previous
get the
games,
graveyard, you can
despite
get the Spirit Tower, and suddenly
losing
it's
his
a
own
game
hero and stuff like
will
that.
pull out. Still, props to Tasteless for sticking
'Cause he's
to
actually
it
got the
and getting his
expansion.
first expansion of the series out.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. That's the main thing about it.
He's actually unironically in a better position here
If any of the
than he
creeps were one
deserves
level
to be
higher, it
because
would
he played
actually be
better in the
codified
previous
as
two,
red.
but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Oh, really?
And that's why this camp feels so strong as an orange. It's
Yeah. I had real difficult time creeping this one.
Yeah.
So much inner fire.
Yeah, exactly. And new players
Grubby
get
just
very
wants to nerf
confused.
human
you
again.
realize this when you see the game that we know and love and have been playing for decades. Aware. You see that when a new player plays, they don't understand why one
Crypt
orange
Lord is
camp
gonna
is
go
almost
down.
like green, and another orange camp is like red. Uh-oh.
Okay, again, very risky creeping here, but...
Get the eye.
Okay, Potion Invulnerability is on the floor. On the
Yep.
ground.
It's gonna have to come back in a bit.
Tasteless just hasn't had.
brings more ghouls,
I don't
so
think he
definitely
he
you want to
can't
add
practice
two extra
that much
crypts
because he
here,
doesn't
you want to add a graveyard,
understand
you
a
wanna
lot of the
start
creeps,
mass producing ghouls
just
before
how
you
powerful
can
they are.
make.
That's
And then if you had been making more, then you'll be able to take that.
as someone that's played the game a lot. Obviously, I take that for granted. Just kind of having an expectation, and even then, I still get caught out and lose my heroes and stuff like that on creeps from time to time. I still get surprised, but generally speaking, you kind of roughly have an idea. If you've never played the game before, you don't, or you've very rarely played the game, you don't really have that knowledge, that feel, that vibe with all of the creeps, what they roughly do, how much damage your units can take. They don't have that practice, so that creeping is actually kind of a hard concept in a way. For someone that's never played this kind of game before.
All of the games.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
healing scroll is so
boy, use the
important.
invul. Here we
Again,
go.
especially
He uses the
against,
invul.
Crypt Lord.
I would have finished off the polar bear and then
Yep.
also got
Yeah,
out.
he
But
built up that habit really well. You know, when people are new, completely new to Warcraft 3, first they try to learn a build order.
also, part of the problem with Tasteless doing something like a fast expand build is you got to be prepared to spend that gold. You can get the gold mine, but it's not doing anything for you if you're not spending it. He's on 1900 gold at the moment, so he doesn't have the macro to pull it off. Oh, the shockwave misses.
Targeted down by the Headhunters.
Yeah, looks like this is very rough. Strong
Looking-
push.
In the end, Francis was right. 2 10-minute games. And we had a 17-minute game. GG, RedPanda looking dominant. He's warming up into this tournament with a 3-0 over Tasteless.
GG.
GG.
GG. Okay.
Cool games anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you got this far on YouTube, I'll be posting the other games as well, so stay tuned for those. Thanks again. Take care.